Late Edition News at 10 with Ann Gownley. Sports with Beth Mensinger. And meteorologist Joe Garbachik.
With the snow over, there was plenty of cleanup for people all over our area, and it's our top story tonight. Good evening. This is WYLN's Late Edition for Wednesday, February 5th, 2014. I'm Ann Gownley. Well, today, as the snow fell, plow truck drivers hit the streets to clean up Mother Nature's mess. Our Gary Perna and Mike Lula hopped into trucks today to see what goes into cleaning up the streets.
This was a familiar sound today all across the WYLN viewing area. Snowplows hitting the streets to push the snow to make way for us to get to where we were going. Today, our Mike Lula hopped into two different plow trucks, one in Klein Township, the other in Hazel Township, to get a bird's eye view and to see how plow truck drivers see the streets. Klein Township Supervisor Carmen Cara said it has been one hit after another for the township.
Well, we've been, the workers been doing a good job on the roads and on the streets. It has been a long winter, get a little wore out, but I mean, they've been doing a great job on the streets and on the roads. We've been going through an awful lot of material. I think we ran like 7 trucks of salt already that we've ordered, so it's been a long winter. They've been salting quite a bit and cindering and out plowing, so it's been a long winter. Hopefully we have an early spring.
Cara said he, along with the two other supervisors, are closely looking at the budget.
And that's what you're considering. You're having breakdowns, you know, repairing trucks. Like I said, the salt is about $1,400 when you get a load of salt. So you do the math. It's been a very expensive winter so far, and it's not over yet.
Over in Hazel Township, Roadmaster Andy Benyo said this storm has been one big pain.
Well, it was a pain from beginning to end. It started off as snow, and then it slipped into the sleet and freezing rain, and now it's just a little bit of drizzle period. Once the temperatures go down, we might have a refreeze on this. We'll wait till tonight and see. We got the roads as dry as we could. Hopefully there's enough salt there to keep them wet until tomorrow.
Hazel Township is one of the largest areas in our viewing area, with over 300 miles to plow.
We had 10 trucks on the road today. We have approximately 80 road miles, which tallies into 160 lane miles, which is probably around 300 plowing miles.
Benyo is worried that the township may run out of salt.
Yeah, we ordered salt like 2 weeks ago. We ordered 300 ton. We received 40 ton. They still owe us 260 ton, which we're hoping we get soon because we don't have much left.
Both Cara and Benyo have some tips for everyone to follow.
We just, you know, we get some calls into the garage, but all I ask is wait for the trucks to get done plowing. I mean, we just had a call a little while ago, and the girl said that they went down to one side of the road 20 minutes ago. They didn't come back. Give the trucks some time to get through. I mean, there's other streets and roads to be done, but wait till they're done plowing and then go out and then, you know, shovel your sidewalk or your walkway or whatever. But wait for the trucks to get done plowing.
They pass a truck and something happens, they are totally responsible. I mean, if they want their insurances to go up, that's up to them. Stay behind the truck, you'll be safer, it'll be plowed off, you'll have aggregate and salt down in front of you. Stick with them. Might take you a little longer to get to work, but at least you'll get to work safe.
Tonight, all the snow and rain has stopped falling. Many municipalities we spoke with today said the ice that fell on top of the snow made it harder for their plow trucks to move the snow off of the streets. Tonight, they say after the streets were cleared off and everyone has gone home, they will be back out checking that none of this ends up on the streets. In the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Well, it wasn't just the roads in the area that were covered, also the parking lot at the Laurel Mall. Until crews could come in to clean it up for employees and customers, many of the stores were closed. Snow, snow, and more snow. Early this morning, there wasn't a parking space to be found at the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township, and it wasn't because so many people were at the mall shopping around. It was Mother Nature filling up the spots with over 4 inches of snow. Employees for Economy Weather Services of Hazleton were in full force today, clearing the parking lots of snow. We spoke with Supervisor Steve Malinchak, who says this morning's snowfall was interesting and definitely a challenge during certain times.
Number one challenge is people that don't want to stay at home and think that they're going to come out to the mall and find something cheap, or they just get in our way, and actually makes it very dangerous for us and for them. On the equipment here, we can't always see people when they pull up beside of us, and you could easily crawl right over a car if they get behind you, and it'd be too late. People just need to use common sense and stay at home and listen to the weather report and say, hey, stay in the house, have a good time at home, keep the kids away, stay at home, and let the men out here do their job.
Heavy loaders, small and large plow trucks filled the parking lots, plowing 16 to 25 feet at one time. Malinchak says the crews were out as soon as possible this morning.
We usually, most professional companies will start, we'll come out here, do a pre-treat, get some salt on the ground as it just starts snowing, and then basically as soon as the snow starts falling, you want to get your equipment going out here.
Although there have been times when customers wanted to head out early to the mall, Malinchak says it's best to wait and reminds people to keep their own personal safety first.
The people that are operating equipment is our top priority. The people that are out here at the mall, the employees coming in. But again, the safety of the general public, and just people need to use common sense and just stay at home. Let the companies get in here, get the job done, and when the mall is open, then come out and have fun. But in the meantime, stay at home and let the men do their work out here.
More snow may be headed our way later this week, and the crews tell us that they are prepared for the next snowfall. Well, today's winter storm had many of us out ourselves clearing the sidewalks and the driveways. We spoke with one local chiropractor who offers advice on staying safe. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
The winter months are hard on the roads, our heating bills, and most importantly, on our bodies. Whether it's wet or dry snow, we need to be aware of the impact that shoveling and snowblowing has on our backs. We spoke with Dr. John Degenhardt of Degenhardt Chiropractic. He talks about the different mechanics we need to use in protecting our back health.
One, my suggestion is get a back brace. There's a back brace you can wear, like a lumbosacral brace. It'll support you because it's a much heavier snow. Number two, you have to bend with your knees. Bend all the way down with one hand on the shovel, one closest to where the bucket is. The further down you put that hand, the easier it is to lift. So you should lift and throw. The last thing people should do, the biggest don't, a lot of people, they bend with their backs. And as they bend, you'll see them standing up where their back is so sore.
Just as we need a coffee break at work, we also need to step away from the repetitious task of shoveling.
Take a break for a minute or two. 6-7 times. Get your breath, stretch your muscles. So don't be afraid, in the olden days you would shovel for 30 days straight. Now that I'm a little bit older, if you guys watch, if you have bad discs or arthritis, shovel 6 or 7 snow shovelfuls, take a break. But the best thing is drink a lot of water before and after you shovel, because you'd be surprised how you get hot and you start sweating. Bend with the knees as much as you can. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time.
While a large percentage of us experience common soreness after shoveling, others may suffer a more serious injury. Dr. John explains the warning signs.
A lot of people, while you're shoveling, if you feel a pop in your back or a sharp pain on either side, there's a sacroiliac joint, one on the right, one on the left. I'm going to get 20 people that's going to call me next week. They're going to say, the day after I shoveled, exactly on this right side, I feel a sharp pain, and now it's going down my leg into my calf. Sciatica. So if you feel any kind of pain on either side of your lower back, put ice on it, not heat. Ice reduces inflammation, then see your chiropractor to get it corrected.
As with any job, having the proper tool makes all of the difference.
There's some shovels that have like a bent angle to them. They are good for the powdery snow. They are not good for this kind of a snow. The bent powder one is if you want to just save a bad back, you want to stay erect and stand up straight and just push it. That's where the bending, so at the end of the push, you can just shovel it. But this wet, heavy snow, it's best to have a metal shovel with a tip that's not plastic, but a tip that's metal so you can get down underneath this ice. And the best advice is get this snow shoveled before it freezes tonight.
Dr. Degenhardt also adds that people should dress properly to stay warm and dry. Degenhardt Chiropractic Health Center is located at 1749 East Broad Street in Hazleton. You can visit Dr. John or Dr. Stacy Sando by calling 570-454-2474. In Hazleton for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
In other news today, a 9-year-old boy reported to school on Monday covered with bruises and told officials that his mother had assaulted him. 34-year-old Holly Johnson of Hazel Township was charged by state police with endangering the welfare of a child, simple assault, and harassment. The boy alleged that his mother hit him several times with a kitchen utensil. Johnson was arraigned Tuesday by Judge James Dixon. She was taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $25,000 bail. The city of Hazleton may be able to purchase one new bus due to funds allocated by Governor Tom Corbett's budget that was released on Tuesday. Corbett recommended giving $87,000 in funds for Hazleton Public Transit. The money would match a federal grant of $360,000 and a local contribution of $3,000. Hazleton Public Transit Director Ralph Sharp said that the city could purchase a 28-foot diesel bus in the future. American Idol Hollywood Week has finally arrived, and Hazleton native Keith London made his second big debut. Over the past few weeks, many from the greater Hazleton area have been glued to their television sets watching his performances throughout the competition. During the premiere in January, London got his golden ticket to Hollywood. Tonight, London took the stage in Hollywood and sang If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. Judges Jennifer Lopez and Harry Connick Jr. said they were confused by his song choice, but Keith got another chance and chose another song, Same Love, made famous by Macklemore. And after that performance, Keith has moved on to the next round, hoping to become the next American Idol. And once again, everyone here at WYLN sends their congratulations. Newly hired police officers will be hitting the street in Wilkes-Barre after being sworn in tomorrow morning. A total of 10 officers will be added to the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. Mayor Tom Layton will hold the special ceremony tomorrow at 10 a.m. inside council chambers at City Hall. Shots rung out in the Blackman Street Plaza in Wilkes-Barre Township on Tuesday night. Township police are now investigating the incident. Reports say that a gunman shot multiple rounds at a 4-door sedan behind the McDonald's after 6 p.m. The car was towed from the scene. No injuries have been reported. Police found a dozen shell casings and one handgun at the location. Anyone with information is asked to contact Wilkes-Barre Township Police at 570-208-0874. The city of Wilkes-Barre negotiated a settlement with the owner of Sherman Hills apartment complex. The company was to pay $33,000 in fines for rental inspection violations that occurred last year. The owners admitted guilt and will now only have to pay $17,500 to the city. According to the city officials, the reasoning for the fine reduction was to reduce the risk and uncertainty of the judicial process. Inspectors are overseeing the complex several times a month to make sure that the rental units are up to code upon turnover of the tenants. Mayor Tom Layton states that the city will continue to monitor the facility in the upcoming months. Luzerne County Judge David Lupus denied early parole for Angela Diabru at a hearing on Tuesday. Diabru was sentenced last year to 6 to 12 months in prison after pleading guilty to charges of tampering with evidence in the Tyler Winstead case. Her son Elijah Youssef accidentally shot Winstead at Diabru's residence on April 5th of 2012. Prosecutors claim that she hid the gun, cleaned up the crime scene, and lied to police about the shooting. She applied for early release last month after becoming eligible for parole on January 1st. Lupus ruled that she must remain in jail for a few more months. A Plains Township man was arrested after Township Police and the Luzerne County Drug Task Force seized 7 pounds of marijuana from a residence on Chestnut Street. 27-year-old Floyd Anthony Lewin was discovered at the property on Tuesday. Authorities found the drugs, which has a street value of over $10,000. Lewin was charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. He was arraigned by Judge Joseph Hallisay in Hanover Township and locked up in Luzerne County Prison for lack of $20,000 bail. Well, with the winter weather continuing throughout this evening, several municipalities have issued snow bans in our area. The city of Hazleton has announced that the snow ban will remain in effect for the next 24 hours. Residents are asked to comply with parking ban restrictions until the ban is lifted, as garbage collection for the city residents will only be 1 day behind and will resume tomorrow morning. The borough of Weatherly has also issued a snow ban, asking residents to move their cars to the opposite side of the street by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for snow removal. McAdoo Borough snow ban has also been placed in effect, and it began at 7 o'clock this evening. Parking is allowed on the odd side of the street, and again, no parking is allowed in the alleys by order of the Borough Police Department. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe, can we expect any more of the snow and sleet at the end of this week?
Well, there is still the potential of another storm that could impact our area as we start going into Saturday night and Sunday. There's two scenarios that could happen coming up. I'm going to actually break down those two scenarios and let you know what may happen depending upon the particular track. But today marks a historic time frame because there are some signs that the spring is just around the corner. Solar winter has officially come to an end. Solar winter starts around November the 5th through February the 5th, and that marks the Northern Hemisphere's darkest quarter. So now we're creeping out of that, and we can look forward to spring in just a few more weeks. Well, we'll talk about not just maybe one storm, but maybe two storms yet to deal with in the 7-day forecast. Stick around, I'll have the details.
Bad credit? No credit? No problem. Valmont Auto Sales at their new location, 34 Susquehanna Boulevard in West Hazleton, can help. They offer a variety of clean and fully serviced cars, SUVs, and minivans. They offer easy credit. Buy here, pay here. They offer low down payments, same-day approval, and all of their vehicles are only $65 a week. Locally owned and operated with 20 years experience. Call Jerry or Joe today at 570-501-2626. Valmont Auto Sales, 34 Susquehanna Boulevard in West Hazleton.
Are you tired of being overweight? Do you have food cravings? Do you get tired during the day? Do you have problems sleeping at night? Do you exercise but can't lose the weight? Have you tried every new diet? Fat-burning hormones working for you or against you? If you're ready for some answers, call 218-0002 and register for a free weight loss seminar from Rodman Natural Health Solutions. You can learn how to finally lose your weight and keep it off. Seating is extremely limited, so call 218-0002 now or go to drrodman.clubreduce.com.
Honest Abe's Tax Services, 540 Susquehanna Boulevard, Hazel Township, offers complete tax returns for $75 to $95 with 3 experienced tax preparers on staff. Tax prep fee includes federal, state, and local return. Free year-round tax advice and planning. Protect your tax return with Protection Plus. $49 covers 3 years up to $2,500. There are also 2 notaries available. Call Honest Abe's Tax Service at 570-861-8297.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
And welcome back. Well, of course, we had the snow that came through our area last night and this morning, and then switched over to some sleet and some freezing rain. And as I was telling you about those amounts, that we're going to see several inches of the snow and the sleet, and pretty much got that across our viewing area. And again, that ice that was on top of as much as a quarter or more inch of the ice between the sleet and the freezing rain, that made it very difficult to remove the snow across our viewing area. Now, we're getting rid of this particular storm system as I speak. Maybe still a potential of 2 more in the 7-day forecast. I'm going to sort out all of those weather details in a little bit, but we finally move away from this particular weather system that gave us the snow the sleet and some of that freezing rain across our viewing area. Now, there's still going to be some slick spots out there tonight, and even as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow, simply because temperatures are really going to fall through the overnight hours, so any untreated surfaces are going to continue to freeze across our area. Now, nothing to show you across our immediate viewing area on this particular map. That, of course, is a good news. A few flurries, a few snow showers over the northern tier of Pennsylvania, the rest of our area. Things looking pretty good, and it should stay quiet. We're in the 20s. Elsewhere, temperatures are in the teens. Now, with a little bit of that breeze, the wind chill factor will be a little bit of a factor, so to speak, through tonight. At times, it's going to make it feel like temperatures are below zero. 24-hour low temperatures, for the most part, dropping into the 20s and getting up into the 30s in most areas. Boy, take a look at some of this cold weather. It's not too bad across the Northeast, but look at Minneapolis, -1. It's 13 in Chicago, 2 degrees in Omaha, -3 in Bismarck. Look at this. Denver, -13 degrees. If you think that's cold, how about making it 13 degrees colder than -13? That would make it -26 in Great Falls. Some very cold air out there, and boy, it's just been one cold winter, especially January here across the Northeast, and we'll see what February holds as we progress. 26 now in Berwick, 25 in Monomoy City, 24 in both Bloomsburg and Danville. Here's a look at our satellites and radar. Again, nothing to show you pretty much across the Northeast. Things a lot quieter than what they have been, and I think things will be quiet as we head through the daytime hours of tomorrow for our Thursday. Friday, not looking too bad. And then Saturday, not looking too bad either. Maybe Saturday night into Sunday. Maybe. May not happen. Maybe a light event, or maybe a little bit more of an accumulations in terms of snow. We'll get to that in a little bit, but again, dropping into the teens tonight. Cold one out there, and another cold one as we head into tomorrow night. You can see some single digits out there waking up early Friday morning. Cold, dry for tomorrow. So here's a scenario for the weekend storm as we head into our Saturday night and Sunday. 2 scenarios. First of all, Saturday evening, this area of low pressure stays weak, moves quickly, gives us a light snowfall amount. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 inches or so. Second scenario, it makes its way further toward the south. A developing area of low pressure along the Atlantic rapidly intensifies, and extreme northeastern PA, we'll have to see how close this can get if in fact it happens, has the potential for some heavy snow. Still not buying that scenario number 2 just yet. I'm still looking at number 1. 9 to 15 as we head into tonight, becoming partly cloudy. As we head into tomorrow, 17 to 23 degrees. 6 to 12 for tomorrow night under very cold conditions. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Heading into the next few days, there you can see the potential of some type of storm Saturday night and a Sunday, and then maybe another one as we head into the middle part of next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, a daily 239, a big 40096. Quinto numbers looking like this: 78634, and a cash 5, 2, 3, 11, 21, and 23. Actually, make it 26. We'll be back after the break.
You work hard at fundraising events for your organization. What better way to raise awareness to your cause than to wear a custom embroidered or screen printed shirt from CTC Apparel Plus? CTC makes it easy to create t-shirts that get your message out. Not only do we have packages at different levels that are affordable, but the t-shirts will be name brand, stylish, and comfortable. All it takes is a minimum of 25 shirts to start promoting. There are no setup fees or deposits required. Call CTC today at 570-454-3754.
Elson & Company Jewelers for exceptional jewelry featuring semi-precious stones and superior diamonds. Our quality is never compromised. Our engagement diamonds are guaranteed at the best prices. Unique pieces from well-known artists. Tell your story with troll beads or camellia crafted from sterling silver and Murano glass. Fashionable and fun interchangeable jewelry also available. In our boutique, find gifts for the baby, the bride-to-be, all of life's special moments. Fabulous apparel from artists around the world. Leather handbags and accessories with renderings of famous artists. Come explore, delight in our selection. Elson & Company.
Hi, Mark Gill here with Chop Magic. You'll love the way this beauty can chop, mince, slice, and dice in seconds. Watch, chop a whole onion in 1 second. No odors, no tears. It's even strong enough to go through solid sweet potatoes, yet easily chops delicate tomatoes to perfection. The secret? 12 ultra-sharp precision blades that guarantee uniform results every time. Snap on the dicing blade and instantly prepare fresh fruit salads, zesty salsa, or a mountain of garlic without it sticking to your hands. During this TV-only offer, you can get Chop Magic for $19.95. We'll also send you 2 perfect tortilla pans with recipe book. Now shape, bake, and create delicious tortilla bowls. But I'm not stopping there. Call now and get a second Chop Magic free. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get it all. A whopping $50 value for $19.95.
To order Chop Magic for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-405-5597 or order online at buychopmagic.com.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll get to meet Hal Bryan. He's been an athlete, a businessman. He's taking incredible journeys now to the Holy Land. All this activity, chiropractic care, it keeps him going. He's going to tell you about his story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
As we here in the Northeast are suffering from this crazy winter weather outside, Major League Baseball spring training is a welcoming sign for the nice weather to come. Many clubs have pitchers and catchers reporting to their preseason workouts next week, with the rest of the roster following after soon. Recently, one local man also had quite a spring training experience in the Phillies fantasy camp held in Clearwater, Florida.
I go back to my very first favorite player was Richie Ashburn. So the people that know Richie Ashburn know that that's a long time ago. I might have been 8 years old when my dad introduced me to the Phillies, and from then on it was just a following of every year watching the Phillies play.
Former McAdoo Clares Elementary School teacher, secretary of the Tamaqua Area Girls Softball Program, and longtime Phillies fan Chuck Joseph remembers watching the Philadelphia Phillies play in Connie Mack Stadium. He saw them win the World Series in 1980 at the Vet, and then again in 2008 at Citizens Bank Park. Joseph just had a once-in-a-lifetime experience in Clearwater, Florida, at the complex where the Philadelphia Phillies have their spring training. At the end of January, Joseph and a few friends, including his wife and 14-year-old daughter, flew down to take part in the Phillies fantasy camp. He was joined by approximately 50 other rookies and about 60 veterans, and once they arrived, it was time to get down to business.
One of the first things we did on the first day was they broke us up into 5 groups. We had a hitting station, fielding station, a fly ball station, a pitching station, and a running station. And we moved through this quite quickly because we were playing a game, our first game, in the afternoon. Who ran the little clinics were the legends. They call them legends, but it was the past pros like John Kruk, my favorite, Eisenreich, Hollins, Morandini and Stocker. My coaches were Milt Thompson and Mariano Duncan. Those were my 2 coaches. Mariano Duncan was running the running station and Milt Thompson was running the hitting station. The coaches are watching you. They're the coaches. The past pro players, they were the coaches, and they watched how you performed, and then they had a draft.
There were 10 teams, and they played 5 games after the draft in a round-robin competition at the Carpenter Complex and at Bright House Field. On the field, Joseph mostly took over second base, but he even got a chance to pitch on Milt Thompson's team.
It's pretty overwhelming, but I didn't lose focus that I was there to play. That was the main thing I was there for. I wasn't there for autographs, although I got all the autographs that I wanted. All the players, past pro players, the legends, they were easily accessible at any time. You could engage in conversations, and I did have questions for a few of them that I had a nice conversation with. But I was there to play ball.
But out of all the games, he has one specific memory that stands out from the others.
Either it was the last inning or extra innings. One of our slowest runners hit a ball to the shortstop, and it was an easy play, but the first baseman bobbled it, and the bases were loaded at that time, and we scored a run 5-4, so it was a walk-off.
Along with the memories, he also got to bond with some of his favorite players like Bob Boone, Chris Coast, and Thompson, who gave him advice on how to help the girls in the Tamaqua Softball League when they're at the plate.
The last day you play 3 innings against the legends. So you actually go against a professional team. So I took pictures of him batting, and I just happened to get a great shot of him making contact. So I put little cards around his pictures saying such things as high up on the back toe, rotating the hips. When you make contact, make sure that your elbows are in and your arms aren't extended, your eye on the ball, and other things. But I used it for instruction. So that's just one example that I picked up down there that could help us with teaching the girls.
When I asked if there were any plans to head back to fantasy camp again as a veteran, Joseph said it's a possibility. I'll have more sports coming up in a few minutes, including signing day for college athletes. Until then, stick around. Ann has your top stories next.
On the way to retirement, some people realize that work isn't really a bad thing. Some may want to start their own business one day. Our financial advisors will look at your complete financial picture, no matter where your money's invested, to create a plan designed to help you get to and through retirement. When you need a financial advisor fully invested in you, turn to us, Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Robert Stevens Face and Body. Let us help you pamper her with a Valentine's gift certificate. With every gift over $150, enjoy our complimentary Sweetheart Package while supplies last. Robert Stevens Face and Body. Let the transformation begin.
A kind word, a helping hand, being there when people need us most. Our healthcare team always gives our community their best. Merging with Lehigh Valley Health Network opens even more possibilities for all of us. More resources, specialized medical expertise, nationally recognized healthcare right here in our community. Together we can move medicine forward. The Greater Hazleton Health Alliance is now Lehigh Valley Health Network. Lehigh Valley Health Network, a passion for better medicine.
Attention area residents, the winter sports season is going on now. Show your support for local student athletes. Attend a live sporting event in your area. WILN, we're your local network.
Welcome back. Today, as the snow fell, plow truck drivers hit the streets to clean up Mother Nature's mess. Our Gary Perna and Mike Lula hopped into the trucks to see what goes into cleaning up the streets.
This was a familiar sound today all across the WYLN viewing area. Snowplows hitting the streets to push the snow to make way for us to get to where we were going. Today, our Mike Lula hopped into 2 different plow trucks, one in Klein Township, the other in Hazel Township, to get a bird's eye view and to see how plow truck drivers see the streets. Klein Township Supervisor Carmen Cara said it has been one hit after another for the township.
Well, the workers been doing a good job on the roads and on the streets. It has been a long winter. Get a little wore out, but I mean they've been doing a great job on the streets and on the roads. We've been going through an awful lot of material I think we ran like 7 trucks of salt already that we've ordered. So it's been a long winter. They've been salting quite a bit and cindering and out plowing. So it's been a long winter. Hopefully we have an early spring.
Kara said he, along with the 2 other supervisors, are closely looking at the budget.
And that's what you're considering. You're having breakdowns, repairing trucks. Like I said, the salt is about $1,400 when you get a load of salt. So you do the math. It's been a very expensive winter so far, and it's not over yet.
Over in Hazel Township, Roadmaster Andy Benyo said this storm has been one big pain.
Well, it was a pain from beginning to end. It started off as snow, and then it slipped into the sleet and freezing rain, and now it's just a little bit of drizzle period. Once the temperatures go down, we might have a refreeze on this. We'll wait till tonight and see. We got the roads as dry as we could. Hopefully there's enough salt there to keep them wet until tomorrow.
Hazel Township is one of the largest areas in our viewing area, with over 300 miles to plow.
We had 10 trucks in the road today. We have approximately 80 road miles, which tallies in 160 lane miles, which is probably around 300 plowing miles.
Benyo is worried that the township may run out of salt.
Yeah, we ordered salt like 2 weeks ago. We ordered 300 ton. We received 40 ton. They still owe us 260 ton, which we're hoping we get soon because we don't have much left.
Both Kara and Benyo have some tips for everyone to follow.
We just, we get some calls into the garage, but all I ask is wait for the trucks to get done plowing. I mean, we just had a call a little while ago, and the girl said that they went down to one side of the road 20 minutes ago. They didn't come back. Give the trucks some time to get through. I mean, there's other streets and roads to be done, but wait till they're done plowing and then go out and then, shovel your sidewalk or your walkway or whatever. But wait for the trucks to get done plowing.
They pass a truck and something happens, they are teetotally responsible. I mean, if they want their insurances to go up, that's up to them. Stay behind the truck, you'll be safer, it'll be plowed off, you'll have aggregate and salt down in front of you. Stick with them. Might take you a little longer to get to work, but at least you'll get to work safe.
Tonight, all the snow and rain has stopped falling. Many municipalities we spoke with today said the ice that fell on top of the snow made it harder for their plow trucks to move the snow off of the streets. Tonight, they say after the streets were cleared off and everyone has gone home, they will be back out checking that none of this ends up on the streets. In the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Well, it wasn't just the roads in the area that were covered, so was the parking lot at the Laurel Mall. And until crews could come in to clean it up for employees and customers, many of the stores were closed. Snow, snow, and more snow. Early this morning, there wasn't a parking space to be found at the Laurel Mall in Hazel Township, and it wasn't because so many people were at the mall shopping around. It was Mother Nature filling up the spots with over 4 inches of snow. Employees for Economy Weather Services of Hazelton were in full force today, clearing the parking lots of snow. We spoke with Supervisor Steve Malinchak, who says this morning's snowfall was interesting and definitely a challenge during certain times.
Number one challenge is people that don't want to stay at home and think that they're going to come out to the mall and find something cheap, or they just get in our way and actually makes it very dangerous for us and for them. On the equipment here, we can't always see people when they pull up the side of us, and you could easily crawl right over a car if they get behind you, and it'd be too late. People just need to use common sense and stay at home and listen to the weather report and say, hey, stay in the house, have a good time at home, keep the kids away, stay at home, and let the men out here do their job.
Heavy loaders, small and large plow trucks filled the parking lots, plowing 16 to 25 feet at one time. Malinchak says the crews were out as soon as possible this morning.
We usually, most professional companies will start, we'll come out here, do a pre-treat, get some salt on the ground as it just starts snowing, and then basically as soon as the snow starts falling, you want to get your equipment going out here.
Although there have been times when customers wanted to head out early to the mall, Malinchak says it's best to wait and reminds people to keep their own personal safety first.
The people that are operating equipment is our top priority. The people that are out here at the mall, the employees coming in. But again, the safety of the general public, and just people need to use common sense and just stay at home. Let the companies get in here, get the job done, and when the mall is open, then come out and have fun. But in the meantime, stay at home and let the men do their work out here.
More snow may be headed our way later this week, and the crews tell us that they are prepared for the next snowfall. There's storm. Well, today's winter storm had many of us out clearing the sidewalks and driveways all by ourselves. We spoke with one local chiropractor who offers advice on staying safe. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more.
The winter months are hard on the roads, our heating bills, and most importantly, on our bodies. Whether it's wet or dry snow, we need to be aware of the impact that shoveling and snowblowing has on our backs. We spoke with Dr. John Degenhart of Degenhart Chiropractic. He talks about the different mechanics we need to use in protecting our back health.
One, my suggestion is get a back brace. There's a back brace you can wear, like a lumbosacral brace. It'll support you because it's a much heavier snow. Number two, you have to bend with your knees. Bend all the way down with one hand on the shovel, one closest to where the bucket is. The further down you put that hand, the easier it is to lift. So you should lift and throw. The last thing people should do, the biggest don't, a lot of people, they bend with their backs. And as they bend, you'll see them standing up where their back is so sore.
Just as we need a coffee break at work, we also need to step away from the repetitious task of shoveling.
Take a break for a minute or two. 6, 7 times. Get your breath, stretch your muscles. So don't be afraid, in the olden days you would shovel for 30 days straight. Now that I'm a little bit older, if you guys watch, if you have bad discs or arthritis, shovel 6 or 7 snow shovelfuls, take a break. But the best thing is drink a lot of water before and after you shovel, because you'd be surprised how you get hot and you start sweating. Bend with the knees as much as you can. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time.
While a large percentage of us experience common soreness after shoveling, others may suffer a more serious injury. Dr. John explains the warning signs.
A lot of people, while you're shoveling, if you feel a pop in your back or a sharp pain on either side, there's a sacroiliac joint, one on the right, one on the left. I'm going to get 20 people that's going to call me next week. They're going to say, the day after I shoveled, exactly on this right side, I feel a sharp pain, and now it's going down my leg into my calf. Sciatica. So if you feel any kind of pain on either side of your lower back, put ice on it, not heat. Ice reduces inflammation, then see your chiropractor to get it corrected.
As with any job, having the proper tool makes all of the difference.
There's some shovels that have like a bent angle to them. They're good for the powdery snow. They are not good for this kind of a snow. The bent powder one is if you want to just save a bad back, you want to stay erect and stand up straight and just push it. That's where the bending, so at the end of the push, you can just shovel it. But this wet, heavy snow, it's best to have a metal shovel with a tip that's not plastic, but a tip that's metal so you can get down underneath this ice. And the best advice is get this snow shoveled before it freezes tonight.
Dr. Degenhart also adds that people should dress properly to stay warm and dry. Degenhart Chiropractic Health Center is located at 1749 East Broad Street in Hazleton. You can visit Dr. John or Dr. Stacy Sando by calling 570-454-2474. In Hazleton for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
In other news today, a 9-year-old boy reported to school on Monday covered with bruises and told officials that his mother had assaulted him. 34-year-old Holly Johnson of Hazel Township was charged by state police with endangering the welfare of a child, simple assault, and harassment. The boy alleged that his mother hit him several times with a kitchen utensil. Johnson was arraigned Tuesday by Judge James Dixon. She was taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $25,000 bail. The city of Hazleton may be able to purchase a new bus due to funds allocated by Governor Tom Corbett's budget that was released on Tuesday. Corbett recommended giving $87,000 in funds for Hazleton Public Transit. The money would match a federal grant of $360,000 and a local contribution of $3,000. Hazleton Public Transit Director Ralph Sharp said that the city could purchase a 28-foot diesel bus in the future. American Idol Hollywood Week has finally arrived, and Hazleton native Keith London made his big debut. Over the past few weeks, many from the greater Hazleton area have been glued to their television sets, watching his performances throughout the competition. During the premiere in January, London got his golden ticket to Hollywood. Tonight, London took the stage in Hollywood and sang If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. Judges Jennifer Lopez and Harry Connick Jr. said that they were confused by his song choice, but Keith got another chance and chose another song, Same Love, made famous by Macklemore. And after that performance, Keith has moved on to the next round, hoping to become the next American Idol. And once again, from everyone here at WYLN, congratulations to Keith. Newly hired police officers will be hitting the streets in Wilkes-Barre after being sworn in tomorrow morning. A total of 10 officers will be added to the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. Mayor Tom Layton will hold a special ceremony tomorrow at 10 a.m. inside council chambers in City Hall. Shots rung out in the Blackman Street Plaza in Wilkes-Barre Township on Tuesday night. Township police are now investigating the incident. Reports say that a gunman shot multiple rounds at a four-door sedan behind the McDonald's after 6 p.m. The car was towed from the scene. No injuries have been reported. Police found a dozen shell casings and one handgun at the location. Anyone with information is asked to contact Wilkes-Barre Township Police at 570-208-0874. With the winter weather continuing throughout this evening, several municipalities have issued snow bans in our area. The city of Hazleton has announced that the snow ban will remain in effect for the next 24 hours. Residents are asked to comply with parking ban restrictions until the ban is lifted. Also, garbage collection for city residents will be 1 day behind and will resume tomorrow morning. The borough of Weatherly has also issued a snow ban, asking residents to move their cars to the opposite side of the street by 8 a.m. Thursday morning for snow removal. McAdoo Borough's snow ban has also been placed in effect, and it began at 7 o'clock this evening. Parking is allowed on the odd side of the street, and again, no parking is allowed in the alleys by order of the McAdoo Police Department. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Coming up next, Beth Mensinger is back with more sports here on Late Edition. But first, we head back outside to Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. Joe?
Thank you very much, Ann. You know, I like Gary Perna's story because none of us like this about a quarter of an inch of ice that we got. Let's hope we never get any more of that anytime soon. Well, we do have two storms to talk about in the forecast. Got some flurries in the backyard. We'll talk all about it in just a few, but there's a look at Live 35 Skycast Doppler, a few flurries, a snow shower here and there. Complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few.
Everybody loves to watch birds, but what happens when they disappear inside their house?
They have birdie picnics. They eat worms.
Make nests? Imagine if you could spy on the birds inside. Well, now you can with the My Spy Birdhouse, the see-through birdhouse that lets you spy inside without disturbing the birds. And it's the perfect size for typical backyard bird species. It even has a front perch.
The My Spy Birdhouse offers a safe and comfortable home for birds to raise their young.
You can bring the magic of the My Spy Birdhouse to your home for $14.99. It comes with an attachable two-way mirror so you can see in, but birds can't see out. And to give your bird family privacy, you'll get the Do Not Disturb curtain free. As a bonus, we'll include the My Spy Up-Close Bird Feeder for even more bird-watching fun. Just be separate processing and handling. Call or log on now.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
Why should you choose Penn State Hazleton?
We have new scholarship money.
There's no application fee.
When you visit campus.
Opportunities to do research. Students are scoring internships
All over the country.
You can start here and finish here.
Or at another Penn State campus. We have fun.
We have the Lion.
Penn State is ranked #1 by corporate recruiters.
We have the largest alumni network
in the world.
It's your time. Penn State.
Penn State lives here.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. Speaking with my loyal viewers over the past year, 2 subjects are constantly on their minds, taxes and crime. This week's discussion will focus upon crime. I'll be joined by Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis, who will be taking us through a year in review and sharing her priorities for the year ahead. This week on The Storm, only on WYLN TV 35.
Today was the day many high school athletes look forward to, National Signing Day, the day they officially announce where they plan on playing their respective sport on the college level. First-year Penn State football coach James Franklin announced his 2014 recruiting class earlier this afternoon, made up of 20 student athletes looking to be Nittany Lions. They come from 12 different states, including PA, Florida, California, New Jersey, Virginia, and Alabama. The three from Pennsylvania are offensive lineman Noah Bay from Scranton, D-back Daquan Worley from Coatesville, and wideout Troy Apk from Mount Lebanon. Two of the bigger names who will be fighting to be second-string quarterback behind Christian Hackenberg, Trace McSorley of Virginia, and Michael O'Connor, hailing from Ontario, Canada. And it's not just football players who are officially deciding where they will pursue their collegiate athletic career. A few Crestwood High School field hockey players are as well. Seniors from this past year's AA state runner-up team, Morgan Kyle, Marissa Surdy, and Kaylee Krupski, will be taking their talents to a higher level. Kyle will be heading to Ohio State University in the fall to play hockey as a Buckeye. Surdy signed with the University of Delaware, both Division I schools. Krupski will be heading to Division II's Slippery Rock University, one of the schools in the PSAC Conference. Former Red Sox and Phillies pitcher Curt Schilling announced today he is battling cancer. It isn't known what type of cancer he was diagnosed with, though. The 47-year-old pitcher pitched for 2 decades in the big leagues. Schilling pitched for the Phillies from 1992 to 2000, but won World Series titles with the D-backs in 2001 and with the Boston in 04 and 07. In a statement released to the media, Schilling said with his incredibly talented medical team behind him, he's ready to try and win another big game. Rumors were swirling a few weeks ago that former NBA star Tracy McGrady would be trying his hand at a career in baseball. Well, today, T-Mac made it official. ESPN is reporting the 7-time All-Star plans to pitch for the Sugarland Skeeters in the Independent Atlantic League. When in the NBA, McGrady was a star for the Orlando Magic, also playing with the Raptors and the Rockets, but after he retired, he said he was looking to fulfill another dream. Yesterday, we told you Shaun White was a little intimidated by the slopestyle course at the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia. He injured his wrist, along with another Olympian who was knocked unconscious, had a concussion, and another who broke his collarbone. Because of the scary conditions, some athletes are dropping out of the particular snowboarding competition, one being White. White said after much consideration, he wasn't going to take part in the snowboarding slope style, and he was going to focus on the half pipe, an event in which he's already won 2 straight gold medals. Now let's check out tonight's national scoreboard. First up, the NBA has a full scorecard tonight. Celtics win over the Sixers. Lakers win, and in 2 overtimes, the Spurs over the Wizards. Pistons drop to the Magic. Trailblazers defeat the Knicks, and Houston wins over the Suns. The Hawks, they fell to the Pelicans earlier in the 3rd quarter. Denver leading the Bucks. The Kings are up 7 on Toronto, and the Clippers and the Heat in the 1st quarter. In the NHL, Pens win 5-1. No score yet in 2 other matchups going on tonight. Both of those matchups in the 1st period. Stay tuned. Joe Garbachik's coming back with more weather.
Get monumental savings during the Lazy Boy President's Day sale on now at Grand Central. Celebrate with Hot Buy store-wide savings on recliners as low as $3.99 and leather from only $7.99. Choose your style, kick back, and relax in the undeniable comfort and quality only genuine Lazy Boy furniture can deliver. Hurry in for the best selection. The Lazy Boy President's Day sale on now only at Grand Central, making your house a home.
At Cuck's Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all-vegetarian fed with superior white meat yield and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN starting February 9th from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night starting February 9th on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Matt Rice, a therapist at Hazleton Physical Therapy, is going to explain to us what causes headaches and if you're suffering from them, how you can get well. That's coming up this week. Join us.
We got a few flurries out there, a few scattered showers throughout the state of Pennsylvania, but again, nothing like what we saw last night and through the morning hours today. Temperatures now generally in the 20s. We have some teens out there as well, but with some of those winds, it's actually making it feel like temperatures are continuing to remain below zero. And you see some of those winds out there, a little bit stiff out there, 10, 15, 20 or so miles per hour, and that of course is going to make it feel much colder than what the actual air temperature indicates. Up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke through Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, and Lehman, temperatures generally holding in the 20s as I speak. Satellite and radar, you can see what's left over of some of those snow showers and some flurries. And again, a snow shower or two around tonight or a few flurries, but that pretty much is going to be the extent of it. And the weather should be very quiet as we head through tomorrow and as we head into our Friday. Saturday shaping up to be a pretty decent day across our area. And then maybe Saturday night and a Sunday may have to deal with another system that will come through. Notice tonight dropping down into the teens, and it's going to be a cold one tomorrow, only in the 20s tomorrow night, dropping down into the teens. There's going to be some single digits out there as well. And you can see for your Friday morning, temperatures generally holding in the teens as we approach the noontime hour. So we'll stay cold for tomorrow. It's going to be dry across our area. But then, another system coming into our region as we start going into this weekend. Saturday night as we head into our Sunday. Two scenarios panning out. Still at this point looking like it's going to be this first scenario where this area of low pressure makes its way toward the east, and as it does, it stays weak, it moves quickly, not going to pack much of a punch. If anything, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches at most. That's pretty much about it if we're lucky, maybe even lighter amounts. Second scenario, a lot has to happen. Takes more of a southerly track, and then an area of low pressure rapidly intensifies as we head into Sunday evening. And if that would be the case, we could be looking at some heavier snow across the northeast. More of an accumulating snow, more of a plowable snow event again, but still too early to tell. At this point, it doesn't look like this part is going to happen and should not be impacting our weather, but of course we know things change quite a bit with the weather. We'll keep you posted. 9 to 15 as we head into tonight, becoming partly cloudy. As we head into tomorrow, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Pretty cold day out there, 17 to 23 degrees. Heading into tomorrow night, partly cloudy. It will be cold, 6 to 12. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. We're in the 20s then after tomorrow. Back into the teens for Saturday. Saturday night and Sunday maybe some snow. Question is how much. It's still early to tell. And then cold for Monday and Tuesday.
Just added another day of snow.
Yeah. Maybe by the middle part of next week. And cold.
All right. Well, Joe, you reminded all of us yesterday that it was National Meteorologist Day.
Yes.
So,
Weatherman's or Weather Person's Day.
Because it's not your birthday, it was in December. We just want to...
Oh, you guys are great. I work with some of the best people in the business.
National Meteorologist Weather Person Day.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank
Make
you.
a wish.
No, so red. Make a wish that there's no snow. Do it. Thank you.
And warm temperatures.
Thanks,
We'll keep
Gary,
our
for bringing
fingers.
it out, too.
Oh, you guys are the best.
Have a good night.